Well, hi guys. Today we're here at the Orbitsys Tech office in Gurgaon, and here with us is the Chief Business Officer, Harvinder Singh. Of course, he's known like that to the entire world, but for me, he's Harry. Because I've known him for 20 long years, and today he's going to tell us about the key challenges, the key opportunities, and what his company does in the Indian auto space. But before that, let me ask him a question. And Harry, as I've known you for so many years, just give us a brief about your journey so far over all these years, the last 20 odd years, and also tell us what keeps motivating you, because every time I meet you, you are a source of motivation not only for me but also for a lot of other people. Just give us a brief about that.
Thank you, Ashish, for coming in, and it's a pleasure to meet you as always. Ashish, if I could just talk quick about my journey. So I cut my teeth with India Today as a classified executive. I worked there for about a couple of years, then moved to Autocar India, worked with Hormaz Surabji for good 16 years. A long time. And honestly, that's where my love and my passion for automotive started. I was a group head there, managing the entire piece from print, digital, video, and of course the events. Those were the best days, so to speak. After that, I've moved to Car Dekho, worked with Amit Jain for some time at a leadership position, and then, of course, I landed up in OLX. Now, OLX, I was heading the advertising piece there, and I was also part of the founding team for OLX Autos, which is basically a C2B business for OLX division. I think we did some cracker of a work. In between, my family moved to Canada, and I was also sort of in a way to make my plans, and I thought, okay, let me just move along with them. But then the founder of this company, Mr. Gurbinder and we sort of know each other for a while. So we sort of caught up, and then he said that let's do something together. And in any which ways, he has an aspiration to move to Northern America, for the markets, because it's a huge sort of a market for a DMS and a CRM category for Orbitsys. So I think it sounded like a perfect match. So we thought, okay, let me just work it. Honestly speaking, since about 18 months that I'm here, the journey has been challenging and exciting in an equal measure. But I believe in one guiding principle, वो कोई और चिराग होंगे जो हवाओं से बुझ जाते हैं. हमने तो जलने का हुनर भी तूफानों से सीखा. So here I am.
Well, Harry, after that brilliant introduction, just one tough question for you now, and that is, what are the big challenges that you see ahead, and maybe an opportunity or two?
All right. So interesting question, Ashish. To me, the biggest challenge today is the transition to EVs, right? Technically, it's an opportunity as well. It's a huge opportunity for the industry. The era of electrification is not just about the product itself. Ironically, whenever I represent my company in most of these electric vehicle forums, I've seen the focus remains on the product. But I think we are missing a very critical aspect, which is the ownership experience. It's time for us to think beyond the product itself. Just like a masterpiece is not complete without its frame, I think the brilliance of electric vehicles demand a seamless and exhilarating journey. You can imagine a world where buying an electric vehicle is not a chore, but a privilege. You've seen all the media around, vehicles getting caught fire, and then the experience is not great. People are sort of throwing the vehicle back to the dealership. That's something which can be mitigated. So I feel that as an industry, it's time for us, because the opportunity is huge, to sort of, and then there is a huge push from the government also towards the sustainability. But in terms of infrastructure, whether it's charging stations or battery supply chains, I think that needs to be developed along with it. Secondly, more importantly, the digital transformation within the dealerships, within the service center needs to be there. The adoption of the new technologies, because the kind of experience that you get, when you walk into a Mercedes or a Hyundai dealerships, I think that kind of experience is required, and that kind of intelligence it's required within the system. So I think it's time for us to make owning and keeping I would rather say buying and owning the electric vehicle as smooth as the ride itself.
Well, so Harry, just tell us, where can Orbitsys play a key role in expanding the ecosystem for all the players?
Ashish, precision, efficiency, and innovation are the cornerstones of our solution.
Okay.
Our DMS has everything what basically brings together the OEM, the dealerships, and the customer on a seamlessly integrated platform. So, I mean, this particular DMS has everything, right from the start to finish, all under one roof. So, for example, a comprehensive CRM. This CRM basically helps you connect. It's foster, better communication and collaboration between the dealerships and the customer, which is brilliant for the overall customer experience. For the sales team, right from lead gen to the final closing, this DMS caters to every aspect of the sales module. It's like having a personalized assistant to every customer without the cost.
Okay.
Our system does the heavy lifting. It basically churns the data, the right data, so to speak, the trusted data, and it sort of spits out all the reports which an OEM would love to see. Because all these reports are important because they should know what's working and what's not on the market.
Okay.
It's like, sometimes we say it's like having a team of data scientists, at your fingertips, but without the expensive salaries, so to speak. The system does, from a security point of view, it's very, very secure. We are an ISO company. Deloitte and GT are our security partners. So they do a lot of audits on this. And, our system is pretty robust and very, very encrypted, so to speak. And sometimes I always tell, my clients that even the James Bond with his slick gadgets cannot just crack it.
Okay.
So, right from pre-sales to sales, inventory management, after sales, I think everything is covered into it. So you need not to basically connect or probably go for all the disconnected system. Because most of the dealerships today, they are using a certain CRM, then they are using a certain accounting software. Then when it comes to getting the cohesive report, they don't get it. I mean, in our case, you get everything under one roof and one solution, and that too on a single integrated platform.
So it's like a 360-degree system.
Absolutely.
You have everything in it and nobody needs to go outside it.
That's exactly what the beauty of the system is. And it's absolutely rock solid when I'd say, and performance says so.
Well, Harry, I think you gave a very good example of things over there. My next question is, how is your company really leveraging on its tech to expand the overall ecosystem?
Oh, interesting. Ashish, for us, innovation is not an option. It's the driving force behind every solution we create. So, our system is basically based on or designed as the predefined processes. So, it's bulletproof when it comes to data security. You understand that pilferage of information and fraud are the two big challenges which our industry is grappling with. So what we have done is that our system mitigate the risk of this thing. And this is not the challenge which the industry is probably got into, but the kind of extensive data, the financial transactions, and it happened, I think, we became vulnerable to such risk. What Orbitsys DMS does is it ensures that your data, right from the lead generation till the lifetime of the vehicle, it remains secure. You can't there are no leakages within the data. So that's something which is very, very important. And that's what the benefit which an integrated system bring to the table. Unlike you have multiple disconnected system which is joined. The other thing is it's cloud-based. So, diversification is the key. You just need an internet connection, right? And you can work from wherever you want. We take care of the rest of the things. So there is no need to invest in, say, hardware or any IT infrastructure because we manage the entire piece. From an innovation point of view, this is something which is really brilliant because even if you are working from home or from your office or even if you are traveling, we've got mobile apps, to complement the desktop experience. So all these mobile apps, whether it's a sales consultant app or whether it's a service advisor app, they can just make your life so easy. And everything works in tandem. So it's not that you're looking at one report and on one side and there's something else which is coming out from the dealership. No, everything is rock solid. in a bulletproof manner. And I think innovation is something we are constantly doing it. Like I'm telling you, from an EV standpoint of view, we spend a lot of time with our EV partners. We understood their pain points, and that's where we are. We created a bespoke system for them, which works, which actually brings them a lot of efficiency. And of course, they are really managing their cost as well.
Larry, can you give us any example of any specific solution or any kind of service that you've helped the industry with?
Yeah, great. So Ashish, we primarily cater to 4 buckets. One is OEMs, like I mentioned. So it could be conventional OEMs, it could be 2-wheeler, 3-wheeler, 4-wheeler OEMs, and even CVs for that matter. The other bucket that we have is the set of partners in the EV category. So EV as an industry became a holy grail for our business. We are a little sort of we started pretty late, but I think we are making some good progress in that category as well. Then multi-brand workshops. I mean, we realized that there's a huge need of a DMS or I would say the solutions which is required to manage such extensive data that multi-brand workshops have it. And last but not the least, we've also created a bespoke app for the used car dealers, because the market is huge and it's highly unorganized, as you know, very dysfunctional in their approach.
Correct.
So what we've done is that these are the 4 product categories that we have, and all of them are doing sort of brilliantly well for us as of today. Within this category, if you ask me from a product standpoint of view or a services standpoint of view, we've got programs such as CRM. So we got a comprehensive CRM, which is very, very auto-centric and which is pre-configured. Unlike most of our competitions, which basically are a good CRM, but then they probably sort of cater to multi-brands or multi-categories, so to speak. The other thing is inventory management. So we have a module which we call inventory management, which actually helps dealer to manage their stocks well. So they help them shy away from the hassle of overstocking or understocking, which saves them lots of money. Similarly, most of the OEMs have their distribution partner. It could be SAP, it could be other ERPs, or maybe some external system. So we have a module which we can actually integrate our DMS with their external system, so they can talk to each other. The data can very securely and very automatedly flown into each other. So there is absolutely no botheration or any disconnect between the 2 systems. We've got sales management, we've got after sales management, so you can manage your job card, right from job card operations to repair work, to even generate bills and send it to the customers directly. In our communication channel, we've got WhatsApp, email, and SMSs, so that you can have those trigger points at every aspect of the journey, the consumer journey. You can just generate and sort of send it to them. So I think this makes the system pretty useful, efficient, and perhaps in terms of TCO, if I have to talk total cost of ownership, I think we are perhaps the best in terms of when it comes to, because we also understand that most of these new age brands or the dealerships are low, and it's their early stages. They are low on investments. So we created something for them to bring home that the lowest TCO possible, so that they can have the technology, the adoption goes up, and they can have the technology at the best available cost.
Okay. So it's good value for money as well for them.
Absolutely.
Okay. Well, Harry, can you give us some examples of the partnerships that you have in the industry?
I mean, not many people know that we've started in 1995. Our journey started with Daewoo Motors then.
Oh, wow.
We've got all their 55 dealerships onboarded.
Okay.
Then we moved on, and we've got about 70 odd independent dealerships of Tata Motors and Fiat. Mm-hmm. Our breakthrough came with Skoda in 2009 when we got all the complete mandate for all their dealerships.
Okay.
And then we've sort of charged ahead. We got Isuzu Motors, we got Benelli, Kiwi, Italian two-wheeler brand, and now with the EV, as I mentioned that it becomes like a focus area for us. We've already signed up with 8 brands.
Oh wow!
Omega Siki, MO Mobility, and Lohia Auto are some of the names.
Wow.
And as we are speaking, there are 3 more international brands are in the offing, which I will definitely let you know when the time is right.
Okay.
You won't even imagine that 2,000 plus dealers have been used our system so far.
Wow, I think that's the clientele list that you've given us, and that's very impressive. And I think we'll have to meet again soon.
Absolutely. Absolutely. What we've done, Ashish, interestingly, is that we've now realized that the time is ripe for us to scale. So we've just opened an office in Toronto, Canada. The idea was to cater to the Northern American markets. We are getting a lot of interest in the South Asia market.
Oh, fantastic.
So as we are speaking, we've signed up a couple of clients from our neighboring countries. There are 2 big brands that we've gotten, from South Asia. Our team has started working in the Canadian markets. Unlike in India market, as you know, in America, the dealership have their own way to choose a DMS. Okay. Unlike in India, there is a mandate which comes from the OEM, and it just flows into
That's a great insight that we've got, guys. That's a great insight.
Absolutely. So suddenly it becomes like a big market for us. It's a huge opportunity that if you meet those big dealer ship like delivery groups and all, you can create magic together. And our product, our service, our in terms of security, it's so amazing that I'm sure we have a great way into that market.
Well, I definitely think that you have a big journey ahead of you, and I think you'll scale up quite well because the clientele list you've given us and the time you've been in the market is really impressive.
Absolutely. I think we were always been very understated for so many years because sometimes we, as a company, we feel that our product do the talking. Yes. But I think I always feel that coming from the media background, I feel that it's always important to be seen in the right places. So I think word of mouth is doing fantastically well for us.
Wow, great. Guys, so we'll have to come again and again check the list because the list that he's given us and told us about really is very impressive. But hold on and watch this space for more. Well, Harry, just tell us briefly, how does your company also help in EV technology advancement?
So for emerging EV brands, the challenges come from 2 fronts, the customer and of course the dealerships. With limited time to scale, build an audience, profitability, managing customer experience, after sales, warranty, things can become overwhelming. And that's what we realized when we started dealing with these, new age EV players. So what we've done is we created a bespoke system which actually helps them eliminate, the juggle between the different spreadsheets. Unlike a conventional ICE system, which has all the functionalities, I think EV needs little more than that because there are no petrol or diesel and, so what we are doing is we've created or we've we've added modules such as battery maintenance and monitoring. We've got energy management. We've got telematics data that they get, the integration of that. Now these things are specifically for EV as a segment. So we've created this and now in a way we are helping EV segment and our clients are very happy by using the system because it brings a lot of efficiency to their system. It actually also mitigate the risk of sort of overbilling or under invoicing. These are the common phenomena if you don't have a grip on the dealers. And most of these dealers, unlike a conventionalized dealers, are very humble in nature. They are, some of them in smaller towns, they are mom and pop stores, which just sort of opens and they don't even have a proper workshop. So idea is to manage those dealers. We've got a great support team who ensures, and we've got people in, they can talk in most of the languages. So the most common language, Hindi, Punjabi, Telugu, English, we got support team who actually helps them to how to sort of enter a lead or a prospect, how to create that. If there is a vehicle which has come for servicing, how to create a job card. It's as simple as that. And even if you see the UI UX of our system, it's pretty simple. It's something which, anyone who's not with the sort of, pre-knowledge of using any system beforehand, it's easy to understand. And then we've got trainers here who give them online trainings and to ensure that they'll, very interestingly for EV especially, what we've done is that we've created the DIY videos, like do it yourself. So these are all 1 minute, 1.5 minute videos, which we basically place it on the DMS login. So, there could be a churn at the dealership. There is a possibility that people, might sort of understand but still need some help. So instead of them calling us or calling the OEM and saying that, hey, listen, I don't know how to operate this, we ask them to go to that DIY video, which is so simple in nature that, okay, you go there, step-by-step itinerary as to how to open, say for example, a job card, right? Or how to track a certain, repair order. So those are the things that we created. These are all industry first. I remember I've seen so many systems. I haven't seen something like this in the past, because this is all to enable the EV OEMs and EV players, and as a segment as a whole, to start adopting DMS as a technology.
Well, Harry, we'll end it with one last question, and that is that what is your vision for Orbitsys, and how are you going to place the company, and how is it going to help in the overall ecosystem?
So, actually, we are, as I mentioned, we are now going global. The idea is to now build a globally scalable platform which can work across multiple markets and multiple locations.
Okay.
On the tech side, we are very sort of ambitious about our technology integration with blockchain. AI it's critical. We've already started working on integrating AI into some of our modules. It will come slowly, but eventually it will become an integral part of our system. It's just a matter of time. We've also planning to invest in a couple of ventures which are looking at predictive analysis for the automotive industry, because the idea is to make it a holistic product and something which can really benefit the industry, not just in India but across the globe. I would say that if I'll be lying rather if I say that the journey is gonna be easy, but I believe in the fundamental principle that जिंदगी संभालने को पूरी जिंदगी पड़ी है, अभी वो लम्हा संभाल लो जहाँ जिंदगी खड़ी है. So that's the thing that we're working on.
Okay, wow. Well, I think, guys, on that note, we'll end it here with Harry. And of course, I hope that you have learned something. As you mentioned towards the end, it's not just about living in the moment, but also having a vision and having a plan for the long term. Thanks so much for watching, and thanks, Harry, for your time.
Thank you, Ashish, for having me here.